Here, welcome everybody, week 4. So like I was saying earlier, this is the first week that we are going to start putting everything together, kind of like last time if you joined for round 1. It's going to be head to toe today. We're going to use our foam roller to work on our upper back. You're not going to need the lacrosse ball today. Just make sure you have a good yoga mat, soft carpet, something like that, and your foam roller. Okay, so let's get going. Let me take this off. Okay, so that looks good. Let's get going. So first thing we'll do is we'll start with some neck rolls. So let's go counterclockwise to start. Around, we're going to do nice big circles with that head rolling through, getting as big of a range of motion as you can as you do that. All the way around. You should feel some muscles in the front of the neck and the back of the neck stretching out as you're rolling through it. For me, I'm feeling tightness right in here. We're going to do 10, nice and slow, and then we'll do 10 the other way. Last one, and then we'll switch. And we'll go the other way. This way is definitely tighter for me. Crunching on the left side. Do a few more. And then we'll keep it going with some more cervical stuff, just to warm it up. We're kind of working our way down from the head to the toes. Okay. Next, you're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders back, a little bit of a chin tuck. So that means bringing your chin back towards you a bit. A little chin tuck. I want you to look as far as you can to your left. And then a little more of a chin tuck at the bottom. So you're going to try to touch your chin to your collarbone. Keep your mouth closed as you do that. This is just going to get your upper neck moving a little bit. We'll go back and forth. Keep that chin tuck the whole time. Rotate and tuck. Don't go too fast. Don't want to get dizzy. Nice and slow, back and forth. And the tuck at the end is just, it's almost like you're nodding yes. So if you had that wooden dowel through the ears, you're just nodding on that axis right there. You should feel that right in the back of the neck. Just a little pull, a little stretch into that. Good. Okay. And then let's take out those foam rollers now. We'll keep warming up. So we'll go foam roller out here. Okay. Go on that foam roller. Get it right underneath the shoulder blades to start. Hands behind the head for a little support. If your hands won't go behind your head, if the shoulders aren't letting it, you can just go hands down too. But I want you to go up into a bridge. So you're lifting your butt up off the ground. You're just going to roll up and down. This is a meat tenderizer, so you're working on those paraspinals, rhomboids, going from the spine of your scapula, which is the bony part at the back of the shoulder blade, down to about maybe half an inch right below the scapula. Just gonna roll up and down. 30, 45 seconds of this. See how it's feeling. Try to keep your head relaxed as you're doing that, just supporting with your hands. Let's do a few more. Okay, now bring it down to the bottom of your shoulder blades, so that bottom spot. Down there, hands behind your head, drop your butt down to the ground. Then I want you to just extend back over that and take a nice deep breath. Try to sink down even lower, so we're working on thoracic extension right now. A few deep breaths. You're going to do a mini sit-up, so you're just going to bring your head up. I want you to roll the foam roller up towards your head, maybe half an inch. So next vertebrae up, and then we'll do the same thing. Extend back over that. Take 3 deep breaths. Trying to sink into that. Your back might even pop as you do that. Might get a little release of something back there. Okay, mini sit up again. Move it up one more spot. And extend back over that roller. One other thing you can do are some just like mini sit-ups, kind of like what you were doing before, but just kind of rocking into extension and back, keeping the butt down the whole time. You can do like 5 to 10 of those on your own if you want. Let's work on those for a little bit. Do 5 of those mini sit-ups to thoracic extensions. Go back as far as you can. Okay, then now let's start working our way back down. So foam roller needs to go down towards the tailbone, half an inch. Get on there, and we'll extend back over that. And right here, you could either take those 3 deep breaths, or you can do 5 of those mini extensions. I like to do a combo of both. Okay, one more spot down. Roll it down towards the tailbone a little bit more. Another half inch, hands behind the head. Last spot, let's extend over that. And breathe. Do the mini extensions if you want with the sit-ups. 3 deep breaths or 5 extensions. Okay, and then sit up nice and easy. Take a deep breath. Push that foam roller out to the side. Get rid of that for a second. We'll go onto your side right here. Arms out in this position here. Going to do some thoracic openers. So bring your knees up to your chest. You're going to watch your right hand open up and go behind you. If this is hard on your shoulder, you can just rotate with the elbow bent. Either way, you're rotating as far as you can to where you feel that through your thoracic spine, upper back. Rotate into that, then back nice and easy. Then back into it. So we'll go in and out. We'll do 10 of these on each side. Should be at about 3 or 4 right now. Take some mental notes on how far you can go with this if it feels tight, because you'll want to compare it to the other side. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Okay, let's switch. So you'll just go onto your other side. I'll switch like this so everybody can see me. Knees up, hands out, and rotate. Ooh, my back just popped. Something let go. And rotate. So we'll do 10 this way. Again, we should be feeling this through our upper back. So we're rotating through there. Do a couple more. Way better on this side for me. I don't know how it feels for you. But again, make sure you're taking those mental notes, seeing how you compare to the other side. Let's do one more. Okay. And then let's go on to your back. I'm going to flip over here for the best angle. We'll go on your back here, knees bent. And what you're going to do, we're going to work on some posterior pelvic tilt. So getting our lumbar spine moving a little bit. So your knees will be bent. And what I want you to focus on is flattening your lumbar spine against the ground. So you're going to roll your hips back so that your lumbar spine goes flat against the ground, and you're just going to hold it for a second. And then you'll go into an anterior tilt. So we're going anterior to posterior tilt. And we're just thinking about the spine going into lordosis, which is curving. So we're creating an arch, and we're flattening. So we're using those muscles in the core and in the hips and in the low back to roll that back. Think about that $100 bill underneath your back. You're smashing that down so nobody can grab it. Belly button in toward the spine. We'll go back and forth. So creating a bigger arch by the anterior tilt and then posterior tilt. Let's go back and forth and do about 15 of those, nice and slow. You might feel your core shaking a little bit. So that's pointing out some motor control issues that you might be having. Your core is not working properly. It's trying to work, but you just need to train it. So you need to work on this a little bit more. I shake a little bit. Got a lot better though. Good. Creating that arch, so opening that back up and flattening. So we're getting those hips rotating back and forth. This is actually pretty hard for some people to do. So don't be surprised if you're having difficulty getting it all the way flat or creating more of an arch. Do a few more. Make sure that you're keeping this more in your core too. I don't want your cheeks clenching, so you shouldn't be squeezing your glutes to get into that position. Try to keep it all coming from the core. Belly button in. Holding that at the top. So if you poke here, it should be nice and firm. Okay, so we worked on those tilts. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that same posterior pelvic tilt. One thing to think about first, I don't know if any of you have done any pelvic floor engagement. Maybe if you've taken Gail's class, the Pilates class, but we're going to do a little bit of pelvic floor engagement with this too. So you're going to be in that same position we were just in. I want you to think about bringing your pelvic floor up. So it's like holding in a P, bringing everything up towards the chin. And then you're going to go into a posterior pelvic tilt. So roll the hips back, belly button in towards the spine. We're doing all those at once, okay? And then from there, we're going to lift up and then come back down nice and slow and relax. And then we'll engage everything again. So pelvic floor up, belly button down, posterior pelvic tilt, and then lift. Back down. Take a deep breath, reset, re-engage, and up. So we'll do 10 of these. Make sure that your hips, knees, and ankles are all in one straight line as we're doing this. Pelvic floor, belly button, posterior pelvic tilt, and up. Let's do 5 more. Pelvic floor activation isn't just for women, it's for males too. Let's do a few more. Let's do 1 more. Okay, take a deep breath. Next, we're going to work on some hip stretches. So let's bring one leg up, grab back of the opposite leg, pull that up. This is the deep hip stretch. We've done this a couple times. We're going to pull that up and we're going to hold. So as we do that, we should feel that stretch through the back outer hip. I'm going to hold that for about 30 seconds during today's class at home. When you're doing this on your own, you can hold it for a minute, minute and a half. Nice long hold. Again, should be feeling that in the glute area. Those deep hip rotators. Holding that knee up. Right, bring that knee down. Let's switch sides. Cross that over. Grab and hold. Oh, my right hip's super tight. And I've talked about it before, but if you can't get into the position to grab the back of the leg, you just grab the knee, grab the ankle, pull everything up. So knees coming towards the right shoulder, ankles going towards the left. Pull it up and you'll get that same stretch. Either way, we're doing 30-second holds. Down. Take a deep breath and then roll onto your side. Nice and easy. Gonna do a lumbar roll next. So make sure your bottom leg's straight. Top leg, you're gonna bring it up. Bring your bottom hand, hold that knee down, and rotate. So you're rotating back. So you should get a little stretch in your low back. You might even feel it in your hip. We're gonna hold this. We're gonna hold this for about a minute today. This is opening up those facets in the low back. I like to give this to patients if they're having some nerve entrapment in the back. They're getting that nerve root irritation coming from the spine, from a facet pinching down on it. This helps to just get that to open up a little bit. Again, talked about this before, but the higher you bring your knee, the higher up in the back you're going to feel this stretch. The lower down, the lower you feel it. Let's hold it for about 10 more seconds and then we'll switch. Okay, and then you'll switch sides, so you'll just roll over to your other side. Flip around. The same thing on the other side, so bottom leg straight, top leg, bring it over, hold it down with that bottom hand, and rotate away. We'll do a minute this way. Again, should be feeling that low back. Might feel it in your ribs a little bit if you're tight through that thoracic cage area. Play around with the angle of your knee so that you can dial it into the back. All right, we'll do about 10 more seconds on this one. Okay, and decompress, bring everything back. I always tell people, unpretzel yourself. All right, next one's gonna be a little different. So you're gonna be on your side. What I want you to do is you're gonna start with your bottom leg straight. You're gonna rotate up and out, and you're gonna tap this leg back behind you. So start out in front here, bring it up, back, reach, and tap. So lots going on right now. You're opening up your hips, getting your low back moving a bit. Some people call this I think a bretzel, something like that. It's a weird name, but I just like it because it gets a lot of things moving at once. If it's hurting your low back, just don't reach quite as far back, because that means that you're starting to arch, trying to arch into it, but you're starting out in front, bring the leg up, bring it back into hip extension, and then you're trying to touch back up towards the head. So getting a wide range of motion there. Let's do 10 of these on each side. Reaching back as far as you can with that. For me, with this one, I feel more of the tightness through my hip flexors as I'm going back into this hip extension right here. And then my low back is starting to curve about right there, so I'm not pushing into that much further. We're just doing this nice and slow. We're not holding it at all. Just going back and forth, nice and slow. Tap and go. Let's do one more and then we'll switch. Okay. I'm gonna do it from this side so that you guys have another angle of this. So start down in front, reach, back and out. 10, back and out. This side is definitely tighter than the other side whenever I'm doing this. My low back's wanting to kick in a little bit quicker. So I'm just going right to my limit. I'm not going into pain, just staying in a good stretch. Let's do 2 more. All right, finish those up. Take a deep breath and then we'll go onto your stomach. We're going to do some prone press ups. So we'll start on the elbow, or we'll start with the hands right underneath the shoulders. And what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath and then think about backwards bending. So going into that cobra position, 1 vertebrae at a time. So breathe. And as you exhale, just slowly come up 1 vertebrae at a time. You're all the way extended. And then down nice and slow. We'll do 10 of these. 1 vertebrae at a time. A little arm workout at the same time. Let's do a few more. Two more. Last one. Okay. Deep breath. Shake it out with your arms if you need to. And we're going to go up into what's called the 90-90 stretch. So 90 degrees with the legs. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do some rotations back and forth into that. You might feel this in your hips a little bit. Might feel through your thoracic spine if you're really tight. Make sure that this leg right here, mine wasn't quite out, but you want it at a 90-degree angle out there. Just rotating back and forth. Gonna do about 10 of these on each side. When I'm doing this, I'm just kind of pushing on my knee to help me rotate a little more. Okay, and let's switch. Keep this knee down as far as you can, where you're coming in a little more hip rotation. Do a couple more. Okay, finish those up. All right, got one more that we're gonna do. We're gonna be standing up. Okay, so done these before. We're just gonna do a hip hinge down to a reverse toe touch. So hip hinging means a little bit of an knee bend. I want you to just push your butt back so that all of this movement's coming from the hips. Hip hinging down all the way. Grab the bottom of the feet. Push up and hold. So you're trying to straighten your legs out. Hold it for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I think today we'll just do like a 10-second hold. And then slowly come back up. Hip hinge down as far as you can. Grab and push. Back up. And down, butt back. Grab, push up and hold. And I feel this through back of the leg, should be getting a little hamstring stretch with that. Slide back up. So a few more. Butt back, butt back. Grab there and push and hold. Up. And down. Grab and hold. Last one, nice and easy. Butt back, sliding down those shins all the way down to the inside of the feet. Grab, push up with your butt towards the ceiling. Try to straighten those legs out, hold it. Back up nice and easy. Good. Okay, so that was the first round of our whole body mobility exercises. That's good, about 35-minute routine. Next week we'll do a little more of the same. We'll do lots of different moves, but it'll be the same thing, just kind of putting everything together. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions?